Hey everyone, welcome to day two of eTail Toronto, formerly known as eTail Canada. I'm Chris Parsons from Commerce Rewired. Thanks for joining us today. Really looking forward to a number of great interviews today, starting off with Jeremy from Intel Dragonfly. Jeremy, thank you
Yeah.
for joining us this morning. Looking forward to educating our audience on a number of the great suppliers that we have here at eTail, and would love for you to do an intro.
Yeah, pleasure. Thanks very much. So Intelcom Dragonfly is Canada's largest and leading final mile carrier for direct to consumer brands, wholesalers, distributors, third-party logistics companies looking to get products to the consumer.
That's amazing. A final mile, last mile is always the hardest opportunity, and the costs in Canada are usually the first thing retailers are thinking about when they decide to get into e-commerce. And it's like, okay, the math doesn't make sense in Canada a lot of the times. How do you differentiate yourself in the marketplace and get retailers excited about considering you?
Yeah, so that's a great point. The cost is always when I'm talking to C-level operations, VP of ops, director of ops, sometimes transportation experts within their businesses. Cost is often the first thing they want to know. What's the price point, right? Because
Yeah.
just like you point out, Canadian geography can make it very expensive to service the consumers. So we built our network though is so vast. We have 110 terminals across the country. We're servicing 96% of the addresses, and the nature of our business and the amount of volume that we're doing. Last year, for example, we serviced 240 million deliveries in Canada. All right, and we've quickly risen to the point where we're second largest in terms of market share within this vertical.
Right.
Right. So the ask on, well, how do we differentiate? First of all, we have the volume. We're paving the roads in these in retail communities. We've got the volume to drive down costs for our delivery. So from a consumer standpoint or the shipper standpoint, we actually come in very cost competitive. But where the really value lies is whenever I'm talking to retailers, they look at carrier mix strategy.
Mhm.
Who do I have to replace? Where does it fit in? Does the brand reflect on my corporate brand? So whether that comes in the form of, hey, maybe I've got a sustainability initiative. Well, look at we've got a huge electrics that are coming in Friday. How come I can't get them delivered Saturday or Sunday? Well, you can with us. So we operate 7 days a week. We're operating 363 days a year. Okay.
Yeah.
So which differentiates us again because of the coverage we have in Canada, that coast to coast network and the ability, I should also comment, retailers, and I'm not sure if it's how much has been commented here at eTail, but you hit a peak season,
Yeah.
right? And last year at eTail, we were in our peak season, right?
Yeah.
And volume scale 2x, 3x in some businesses, sometimes more depending on the commodity. But we have the ability and the way our network is built and the way our operation runs is to be able to flex with those care for those customers.
And
Yeah.
that's great to point out, is the be able to flex up or down as a client needs it. Especially as each retailer is different. Some is the golden quarter of the Q4, and then others is basically when spring happens, right? So there's a lot of home hardwares, depots, Ronas. The big season is soon as spring hits, people are doing home renovations, gardening all at the same time. So those businesses need that flex during a different period.
Yeah, that's right. And we have the capacity. Our technology allows us to have quite a bit of predictability to know, okay, we have volume coming. We need to staff up or within our network of the driver readiness for
Mhm.
that and the operational readiness for that. So we're just very flexible with that. We understand as a business that is specifically designed to service that direct to consumer, that e-commerce
Right.
retailer to be able to and have that ability.
So, as our audience is listening to this podcast, what would be the two or three things that you would want to get across for why people should take the meeting with Dragonfly?
I think for one, we differentiate significantly from your other options in Canada,
Mhm.
right? Whether that be a traditional courier or a post office server offering, we sit in that area that's directly designed, and the network has been designed to service the end consumer, right? So if your brand and your business is that's your consumer, that's your end target, that's where you need the products to go.
Yeah.
Ignoring Intelcom Dragonfly, you're probably doing just disservice to your carrier strategy. Okay. I've mentioned a couple of things. The coverage, the 7 days a week service time, right,
Yeah.
for e-commerce is so huge. But more than that, once we get past the point of you bring great value from the tangible cost side, you're covering so much of my business. It's the things that I continually hear from retailers that were I'll say the unintended benefits of using us, which is reduced customer care calls.
Right.
We have amazing technology that communicates with the consumer. So we communicate, we give advanced delivery notices, we advise the consumer when that product's coming. We give them the ability to communicate with us directly
Mhm.
to say, hey, what's your buzzer code? Where do you want this package? Do you want to put this in the barbecue in the backyard, or do you just will
Right.
leave it on the front door? That is very different than any other final mile carrier. Certainly. And so we give that consumer experience, and we take that to that brand continuity. If you're a retailer and you want to say, I want to co-brand this, I want to let my consumer know that Dragonfly is delivering the Root Dynamite product. Well, listen, we've got at time we scale, but say we have
Yeah.
3,500 drivers on the road, Dragonfly vehicles, Electrified fleet. These guys are going out there with 200 up to 250 stops a day
Right.
in peak season. So these guys are moving. I sometimes say, look at that, look at the trend. We've upset the market in courier, small package courier,
Yeah.
over the last 5, 10 years. You go back at the beginning, 2013 was that inflection point I heard yesterday, right? For
Yeah.
e-commerce. Our streets, our suburban streets at the time were littered with pure trucks, UPS trucks, Canada Post trucks. I don't see them anymore.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Sometimes, but not to the same extent.
Yeah.
Now these little white vans are scurrying around, right? These guys are jumping out and dropping packages. So that's us, right?
That's
But
about it.
yeah, yeah.
Cool. And the other piece that you brought up, which was the next day, 7 days a week delivery. Some people do it and they have urgency on everything. They just want the next day. But a true story that happened to me was I have an aquatics aquarium, and my water pump broke in the aquarium, and all the pet stores were closed on a holiday
Yep.
around me. And there was a specific retailer that I was able to order with online. And actually, the same day it came to me. I could have lived until the next day. That's
Yeah.
fine. The fish
Yeah.
would have survived. But it's having that capability with e-commerce to be able to, even when the stores are closed, still get your items, especially in an emergency where your air stops working in your
Yeah.
aquarium. So it's really nice that now we're finally at the stage in Canadian market to have much faster delivery.
Yeah. And so a lot of when we're building very tailored solutions with the mega retailers, right? To allow for that. Pick your mega retailer in Canada,
Mhm.
in some instances, they'll be directly injecting volume into our facilities in order to get that out with the appearance of a same day service,
It's
right?
great.
Yeah. So a lot of this.
So, Jeremy, we're going to wrap up, but how do people get a hold of you? What's the best way to connect, whether it's an email or LinkedIn?
Yeah.
And, well, how would you like the audience to connect?
So you can grab me on LinkedIn, Jeremy Maxwell with Intelcom Dragonfly. It's jeremy.maxwell at dragonflyinternational.com. Or if we also have the business development firms online. So if you went to dragonflyinternational.com, there's ways to connect there directly to the website as well. But always encourage you to reach out on direct message on LinkedIn. Love to chat, even if it's just for networking purposes, to get a state of the business, state of the industry.
Awesome. Thanks for educating the audience and myself on Dragonfly this morning. I really appreciate that. I think this is why we come to conferences, because things change so fast in our industry. And I know Dragonfly has been around for a number of years now, but even myself, who has been traveling, I am not up to date on all of the services available. So this was a great way to what's going on here at the conference to life through the podcast. And appreciate everyone checking this out this morning, and give Dragonfly a call, because the last mile is clearly a big still opportunity here in Canada. And our customers it's now not just something that they want, it's an expectation.
100%.
All right. Thanks.